Hi friends, I hope you're all doing really well. So this is not clickbait. I am going to be taking a step back. I have some notes and I figure I will go through and explain my thought process. But yeah, I'm gonna be leaving the platform kind of. I've really enjoyed creating videos and building up my channel these past 6 years. I'm grateful for the time we've had together and the cool people I've met here online, the brands I've discovered through talking about tea here on my channel. But at this point in my life, I no longer want to strive to be an influencer. I've done a lot of soul searching this year and a lot of like growing and trying to figure out my life and my goals, and I just feel like I've outgrown what I've been doing here. As I've alluded to before, I was reached out to by a company that they were a publishing company, and they offered me a book deal, and the pay was incredible. And it was right after we moved into this house that I started communicating with them, and they reached out to me. At first I thought it was fake. Like, they said, do you want to do a phone call about the possibility of writing a book with us? And I was like, I'll do it, but I don't think this is real. And it was real. And that day I was so happy, the day that I had the initial conversation and learned that there was a company who wanted me to write a book about tea and wanted me to write this really cool recipe book. I was so happy. Like, I literally thought this was it. This was my success that I'd worked for, finally coming in for me. So I really thought that was what I had been waiting for. And they sent me the outline of the book, and they had me sign an NDA about the outline. Like, I can't, share the outline with anybody, blah, blah, blah. So it was really, really real. It was like the pay was something that I would have dreamed about. But it wasn't even just that. It was just the recognition factor, like being noticed for what I had been doing for like 5 years. Felt really good that there was someone who valued my content enough to want to pay me to make more and work with their publisher and all that. And it felt really good. And as time went on, I was writing this book. I had recipes written that I still actually have. And then like I'd be reaching out and being like, hey, any update? And they'd be like, no update. Like, I'm like, when do I start? Like, I want to plan all this, So I just, behind the scenes, like, just kept writing recipes and kept trucking along, thinking like there was some sort of delay, or maybe they didn't want to do a tea book anymore or something like that. But then months into this, like a year into this, I woke up one morning after having not heard from my point of contact for a while, and someone I follow on Instagram announced that they had written a book. And I knew the second I read it that it was the same book that I was offered. Like, they had decided to go with someone else as the author instead. Like, they had the idea for the book, they had the outline, and they chose me as the author. But then I don't know what happened. They never communicated with me, but they decided to go a different direction. And I clicked on her link, and it turned out that it was the publishing company. It was exactly the book that I was waiting to be signed on officially to write. And it just felt like basically having my heart ripped out of my chest. Like, I don't think I've ever felt lower than I felt that day. And thankfully, like, I had therapy that day, so I got to talk through it. But I was just devastated. I couldn't stop crying. I didn't want to tell my family, because we were all so excited, and we were all, when's this happening? Like, when's your book? When are you signing on? Like, when are you, so it was really hurtful. And it's nothing against the girl who ended up writing it, you know, she's great, and it made more sense anyway for her to write it than me, but you know, to get no communication and then to find out like that, like just coming across it on my own, like nobody reached out to me and said like, hey, you know, we'll keep you in mind for something else, but we decided to go a different direction, or like why, or if I had done anything. I don't know. I don't know what I could have done. And that was the thing. Like, I didn't do anything wrong. They just decided to go with someone else. And that day I was like, you know what? I can't keep beating myself up. Like, I can't keep like thinking of myself as like a failure, because I was like, this was my success. Like, I could touch it, I could see it, and it was ripped away, you know? So I felt on that day like it would never happen for me. Like, it was never gonna happen. And I decided to go on like a 100-day journey where I was going to listen to affirmations. I was going to build myself up. I was going to try all new things, and improve myself. And what I wanted was to be so perfect and so great that I would never like be rejected again. But that wasn't that wasn't really how it went. You know, I did really build myself up from the bottom. Like, I remember saying to myself, like, that day, like I had called myself untouchable. Like, that was the vibe. I was in a really low place. So I had to like build myself back, and I'm still listening to affirmations, and I feel like I built a self-esteem that I had never had before. And I kind of looked at like, what are the necessities of my life? Like, what are the responsibilities that I have? And I also took time I invested time in like finding what brings me joy. I came to sort of the conclusion that I'm 30 years old now, and the idea of being an influencer, I'm just kind of over it. I don't want to sell anything. Like, I've never felt motivated to like sell. Like, that's always been hard for me. And it's like, my heart really isn't in it anymore. And I thought like, okay, well, if I'm not gonna do this, what am I gonna do? So after like weighing everything and thinking of everything, like, what are the things that bring me joy? What are the things that I have to do? Like, basically, like, I just feel really fulfilled, like, in my life. I love being a homemaker. I love taking care of our home and my husband. And he's amazing. He provides everything I need, and he encourages me to just make art. And because of him, like, I'm completely free to really do anything I want. Like, I can create anything I want. And lately I've been so into sewing. Like, I love making my own clothes. I've been making a bit of jewelry lately, which is really fun. I really like to read tarot cards, and because of this lifestyle we have, because we have this nice situation with our home and all of that, like, I don't have any pressure to monetize those things. And not that I was making money here either. It's just like, I was always striving to like be an influencer and like be someone who gets like brand deals and makes money. And like, that pressure's been taken off of me, and I feel like I get to really be who I am. So that being said, I've decided, you know, my heart's just no longer in this. I don't want to be putting on the pressure to like crank out a new video every week. I did it for years and years, and it didn't pay off the way I hoped it would. And I don't want to do it anymore. Like, my heart's not in it. I do, like, that being said, since I am creating things, I'm sewing and doing all that, like, I could absolutely imagine in the future, like, wanting to show the things I've made, like my sewing videos where I show like the clothes I've made. Those feel really good for me to make because I made something I'm proud of and want to show it off, you know? But making like these weekly tea videos, like, just doesn't do it for me anymore. So I just want to be here when I feel inspired or moved to make a video, not because I'm striving for something. Like I no longer feel that I'm building. Now I kind of feel like I'm just being. I always was like when people would say like, what do you do? And like someone would say, oh, I'm an engineer or I'm a teacher. I always wondered what it would be like to be able to say like, I am this. Cause I've been striving at this for so long as like as a career goal, that when people ask me, what do you do? I'm like, oh, well, you know, I make videos. I'm like I'm working towards a career as an influencer. And I wondered what it would be like to say like, I am this, like I am a teacher, I am a, you know, and I haven't really experienced that. So for the first time I get to say, and I mean, I could have been saying this the whole time, but I'm a homemaker and I'm really happy. And I just really want to focus on the things I enjoy. I want to spend time with the people I love. And I don't want to be doing something that my heart's not all the way in. So I hope you all understand. I'm grateful for the relationships we've had here and seeing you all in my comments. And hopefully if I do decide to upload in the future, I'll see some of you again. But as of right now, I am stepping away from the channel. I'm leaving everything up, of course. You know, you can still watch everything that I've done, and I have almost like 365 videos, so you could start January 1st and watch a video every day if you wanted to. So I think it would take quite a while to get bored if you do want that tea content, but otherwise I'll see you when I have something to say or something to show. And for the last time, I hope that you and your families are all staying safe and healthy. I hope you're having a beautiful day, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.